So this would be the agenda for today. First, I would like to introduce the term of quality cases. So we are actually on the same level about the definition and the meanings of it. Then there are some different minimum criteria for opportunity. That means there are different aspects that have to be met in an end to make it a good one. In case you have a quality case, you should definitely be able to solve one. And in the end, I would like to talk about high quality experience and what to do for the EPs to offer them an awesome internship abroad. So what is a quality case actually? I just took a very brief definition and we will go into detail later. So an EP has a quality case if the aspects mentioned in the opportunity form are not met in reality. There are different things that can be different from the reality the EP experiences. For example, housing, the project itself, support by ISEC. It can also be about money things, insurance, dangerous situations, and so on. So these are all aspects that are described in a good opportunity form, and they have to be met accordingly to the description. Therefore, there are some minimum criteria standards, so we can offer a basic level of quality for every EP. So here you can see just a short listing. I know the writing is a little bit small, therefore I put the link down here, so you can look them up again in Google Drive. But just to give you a short overview, the most important thing about qualities are the XPPs. In the XPPs, they are like international AGBs, and there are all the processes, the rights, and the things the EP has to do. They are actually quite long, like around 20 pages. And here's just a short overview. So, of course, the XPPs have to be met, and down there are some details what's actually written in the AGBs. For example, let's take the aspect of reception. An airport pickup has to be provided. Sometimes there's written in the form that if the airport is really far away, that the EP has to pay extra costs or that he has to take a bus or something. But in this case, it has to be mentioned in the TN. Otherwise, the EP can expect to be picked up by local ISECers. Or let's take the aspect of the buddy system. Every EP should have an assigned buddy to approach. Sometimes, in reality, the LC has a huge buddy team and not a single buddy for every EP. So there's like a reception team taking care of all the EPs. But in this case, they have to talk about it before, because otherwise the EP can expect that he has just one single person to approach. Or the next one would be contacts. Please make sure the EP has a contact list before he goes abroad, because once he's at the airport and there's nobody picking up, he has to be able to call someone, just like an LCVP, his buddy, or someone else. So you have to provide a clear communication, and this would be a minimum quality standard as well. Finances. If there are some additional expenses for, let's say, food or for housing, these aspects have to be mentioned in the opportunity form as well. Sometimes it happens when the EP just goes abroad, there's nothing written in there, it says like accommodation for free, and then they come up with like, well, now you have to pay $100, otherwise, well, you have to sleep on the street. This would definitely be a quality case because it's said for free and then he has to pay. So please be aware of the rights that every EP has. But of course, there are some more. The project itself, there should be a JD mentioned with the working hours and so on, what the project is actually about. I know, like somewhere in Africa, it's quite hard and people are more flexible and the tasks might change. But if the JD says like 40 hours work per week, and then in the end the EP just says like 2 hours of work, which is quite common for a GCDP project, then this is a quality case as well, because the EP doesn't go there for a holiday, but for a real project. So make sure all these minimum criteria are met and that the EP has actually some rights. I hope now you understand what the definitions are for quality and how to measure it. And now you can actually say, is this situation a quality case or not? You can simply refer to the XBPs, look up the paragraph and then say, well, this aspect is not met and therefore we can complain about it. If you decide, yes, this is a quality case, there are different steps what to do next. You can read the graphic from the top to below. So the first step would be the internal level. Try to make the EP solve his problem on his own. In the ArtGo preparation, the EPs get this graphic as well and the description, so they should know if there are some minor problems. First of all, they should try to do it themselves, because they're in this situation, they know what they want to do, they're adults, they're responsible for themselves. So yeah, they should approach like the LC, their buddy, somewhere else and try to solve it. If that doesn't work, then there's step number 2, the local level. So then it would be best if the EP informs his buddy in Germany that he has some problems and sums up what he did until now, maybe forward some emails that he already wrote, so you have enough information about the situation, because you're an external person and might not be able to understand the real problem if you have just the complaints of the EP. So try to get as many information as possible, and then the EP buddy can contact the EP buddy from the hosting LC directly, and they try to find a solution. Please make sure that you do all the steps quite quickly, because a GCDP normally just takes 6 to 8 weeks. And if you spend like 4 weeks just trying to figure it out on an internal level, then the GCDP is over and nothing has changed and the EP is not very happy. So be efficient and communicate as fast as possible. But also make sure that the other LC has the opportunity to solve something and to improve the situation. So it is recommended between every step to wait 2 or 3 days for the other person to find a solution and then go to the next level if it didn't work. So just imagine step number 2, local level, didn't work. Then the next one would be the national level. There we have a new institution, the National Control Board. And this control board are people from the lovely NSC. You can find their contacts in the German contact list. And they just take care about quality cases. So these 4 persons are quite powerful and they can really care about all the EPs. They have the experience, so yeah, they can solve the situation directly. And if that doesn't work either, then there's step number 4, which is the ICB, the International Compendium. It's like a court, an international one, and these are really heavy problems, and I hope that you will never get to step number 4, because even the National Control Board is quite powerful. So yes, just make sure to be efficient, to communicate everything fast, but also to have kind of sensing what the problem is like. If the EP is really in danger, if you can't wait any longer, if he is in prison, is really sick, then of course you should directly go to the national level and not tell the EP, well, please try to solve it on your own, just do the internal level and, well, you will find a solution. But focus on the size of the problem and find the right level to solve it. So I hope now you understood how to deal with a quality case, what to do, and how to run through the whole process. But this is just like the worst case scenario. I hope that you will never have a quality case, or if you have one, just to solve it best. But there are different things to do and how to prevent a quality case. So quality lies always in the point of view from the EP. And it is super important that you do the right expectation setting, because the perception and reality are closely connected. So if the EP has super high expectations, if he expects like the best time of his life ever with luxury and like things that can't be fulfilled, of course reality seems quite poor in the end and he's very disappointed. If he has a realistic expectation setting, then he might easily be satisfied or even happy. So the right expectation setting often leads to happiness, and these EP are less likely to have a quality case in the end if you're just honest in the beginning. So always keep this in mind. Of course, not all the projects are perfect, but with the right preparation, EPs might be able to deal with it easily. And of course, we have different ways to provide high quality TNs, because we can focus on high quality matching just to use all the knowledge we have and the high quality TNs that are in the pool. Therefore, we have different ways how to match our EPs. The first one would be blind booking. This one is available with the isec.de site. So when applicants go there, they can select between the 7 country partners and say when they want to go there, what project they want to do, and how long the internship should be, and just apply. They don't have to pay anything, but then they will get some proposals and some opportunities sent by the NSC. So there are people looking through the countries and the project and then saying, well, maybe this person would like to go to, let's say, Kenya and do this project. So then he gets some opportunities which are just fitting to his or her expectation. Next, we have the country partners. So these are the countries where our EPs mostly go, like over 90% of the EPs go to these countries. And we have some strong cooperation with them. You can also find them on the homepage and the isec.de site. Furthermore, there's the Global Citizen homepage with some extra projects, and there we had some nice experiences and EPs returned very happy. So try to match them with these countries. Of course, there can also be high quality TNs outside these ways, and they can go somewhere different if they want to try something different. But with these project offers, they can be sure they have good TN in the end, and they are less likely to have a quality case. And of course, the last one would be use all your experience you have in your LC. You already sent lots of people abroad, I'm pretty sure. And if you do a good documentation, if you collect all the reports, share them in a knowledge base, then in the end you have lots of references where people can expect nice qualities and where you already had quality cases. So use all the knowledge you have and try to make your EPs as happy as possible.